Hi, I'm Amy with the ULC Seminary, and today I'd like to talk a little about parenting. I get asked a lot of questions about, what would you do under these circumstances, and what would you suggest, and how can I, best parent, be the best parent I can be, and maintain consistency with my spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs or whatever. Parenting is one of those things that everybody just, they do the best that they can do, or they say, I'm just doing what my parents did for me because I turned out okay. But there's really, they say there's no manual. Well, there's actually a lot of books written about it. But parenting is also one of those very personal things. You're going to parent based on the type of things that you have inside you, where you are with your own stuff. Plus, your kids are going to be challenging. That's kind of part of it, and you want to blend that with your own beliefs and maintaining a consistency and such. And so even though I don't by any stretch of imagination have all the answers, God, I wish I did. That would make life so easy. I thought I'd share a few of the things that have worked or are working or such for me. I'm more than interested in hearing things that work for you as well. I see a lot of stuff on Facebook about, if there were more spankings, then we wouldn't have so much trouble, and, parents, if they raise their voice to their kid, they're going to have CPS be called. That's not really quite how it is. I think some of the things that I have found that do work, let's talk about more things that do work and see how to integrate those as opposed to saying, don't do this. That's the kind of stuff that makes parenting a bit of a problem. This is also true in your ministry, in interacting with people, jobs, etc. Number one is that your kids should always know that you love them. And they don't know that automatically. They don't know unless you tell them. Same for your spouse, your relationships, anything else. This kind of information is sort of core information that works whether you're no matter what kind of relationships that you have, whether they're a parent-child or spousal or even work-related, ministry, whatever it is. It works. One is you have to let your children know that they're loved, your spouse know that he or she is loved. That's very, very important. And by doing that, you have to say it and give hugs. I've seen something about how hugs cure depression. They actually eliminate it, which I believe. I don't know. Get enough hugs, it's hard to feel bad. The other one is consistency. That's the one that I think people have the most trouble with. If the answer is no, it's no. It's not please, 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 and I'll change my mind. You have to be consistent. If the rules are a certain thing or this will happen, then that's what the rules are. I find that it works really well to put the rules in terms of categories. There aren't very many categories. One of them is manners, doing the right thing, treating people the way you want to be treated. A lot of that falls into the category of manners. Please and thank you. Let people know that they are appreciated. Have to appreciate what other people do because nobody has to do anything for you. So it's very important to appreciate what is done for you and to have, especially with kids, to teach them to appreciate you. Just because you're the mom or dad doesn't mean that you have to be unappreciated. I see that a lot too. My kids don't appreciate me. Have you taught them to appreciate you? Have you insisted that they appreciate you? My general rule for beingness, not just with my kids, but with everybody, is if you don't appreciate what I'm doing for you, not a problem, I won't do it anymore. It's not a threat, it's not a, I'm only doing this to get you to do something. The appropriate response, if it is indeed appreciated, if it's some wanted behavior, is to say thank you, and to just be appreciative, saying, hey, thanks so much, this is nice. It doesn't mean that it has to be over the top and oh my God, here's some flowers, thank you so much for sending me flowers. It doesn't have to be tit for tat or anything else. It's just, wow, thank you so much. Not hard. So appreciation is something that you can teach your kids. When you make dinner, they say, thanks for making dinner, Mom, thanks for making dinner, Dad. It's not a given you're going to make dinner. You do it because you want to, because you love them, because you care about their nutrition, because you feel like it's the right thing to do, whatever it is. they can still say thank you. Hey, thanks for keeping the house clean. Thanks for cleaning up my bedroom. Thanks for doing my laundry. They can say thank you for that. You're not a slave. You're not there. And even if you were the boss or they were the boss and you're the employee, the boss can say thank you as well. That's how that works. So as far as the parenting is be consistent, put things in categories. The other big category is safety. Certain things you don't get to argue with. Safety is one of them. You look both ways before you cross the street. Safety. You don't get in the car with strangers. Safety. That's non-negotiable. There are things, though, as parents, one of the things that is very common is to just say no. And a lot of times when we're tired and you've got 10 million things coming at us, when we hear, can I go do this? What, can I have this? Can I have that? Whatever it is, it's another demand. Sometimes it's exhausting and we just say no, 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 no. No reason, no nothing, just no. What I like to do is to give myself a little room to backpedal. And by backpedal, I don't mean saying, well, okay. Like I said a little earlier, please, please, please is not a reason to change my mind. If they say, can I go to this party on Saturday night? Maybe I snap, maybe I just go, no, because I don't want to think about Saturday night. I don't want to think about, do I need a ride, whatever, give them a ride, all the things. I don't want to think about that. I just want to be left alone sometimes, so maybe I say no. Okay, this is your child having an opportunity to negotiate and to learn to negotiate. Again, please, please, please is not a valid negotiating stance. How about, well, the party only goes till 10, and I can get a ride home if you would give me a ride there, and my friend who lives close by. Would you be willing to do that? It's my friend's party. It's a birthday party, or it's a going away party, or it's the last party, whatever it is. Valid negotiating points of why I should change my mind. If given a valid reason to change my mind, I will. If there's pouting and stomping and fine and, I hate you, and whatever it is, those are not valid reasons to change my decision. The other one that is a big one is that the punishment should fit the crime. There are going to be times when kids are going to push the envelope. Friends are going to push the envelope, spouses, but people do that to see where the boundaries are, and it's important that the boundaries be found. So when someone does something like, say, okay, they're texting. They're not supposed to be texting, maybe because it's late or because they were texting something inappropriate, then they lose their phone. That's a punishment that fits that particular crime, because the crime was about texting. If your child comes home late or talks back to you, taking the phone is not a punishment that fits that crime. I think it's really important that the reasons, you talk about it and find out the reasons. Why were you doing that? And if you're not getting a valid answer, okay, well, you know what? You didn't do the dishes like you were supposed to, so you get to do dishes for a week. There's a penalty for not doing what you were supposed to do. I wouldn't say, hey, you didn't do the dishes, so you're grounded for 2 months. That doesn't really make any sense. The issue was about dishes. And this is also true when you're trying to counsel people. I think this is just generally good information. Counseling people on how to handle situations. Talk to them about what's going on. What are the reasons? Why did they do or not do whatever it was they were supposed to or not supposed to do? Why did that happen? And sometimes, actually most of the time, there's an underlying reason. It's, once in a while it's, I don't think I should have to do the dishes, or I came home late because we were having so much fun and I didn't look at the time, and that's wrong, and I should look at the time, and I need to be more aware of that. Or the underlying reason is, I was really mad at you because I came in to talk to you about something and you ignored me, and that hurt my feelings, and so this is my passive-aggressive way of getting back at you. Usually there's some kind of underlying reason, or maybe they're angry about, I'm angry at that my friend did this, or that the other parent did this, or something beyond my control happened and I was angry and I redirected it towards you because you're safe. There's all kinds of reasons for things, and the important thing is to talk and communicate and find out what those reasons are. The last one I'd say, the last thing that I try and use as a parenting platform is to be reasonable with the rules. There are a lot of kids who don't get to do things and they don't even know why. You know, hey, can you go out and hang out with me today? No, I can't. My mom says I have to stay home today. Why do you have to stay home today? I don't know, just because. And then there really is no reason. That's something that kids are going to automatically rebel against. So will people. If you're in a ministry and you say, well, if the answer is just because the Bible says so, then the next question would be, well, why? Well, let's see. Would you want somebody taking your things? No, thou shalt not steal. Pretty simple. Bible says so. For a good reason. If it's a valid reason, and it's written in some sort of scriptures, or it's, you know, whatever it is, there's going to be a reason for it. There's going to be well, let's look at that for a minute. Why does that say that? And figure out the reason. And if you're not sure of the reason, look at it. Ask yourself the question. Ask to hear the answer. Ask to be shown the answer. Whatever works for you. But there is going to be a reason for it. So be reasonable in your expectations. Be reasonable in your demands. Have your rules make sense. The rules should be something that you yourself would be willing to live by. And, oh, I guess there's one more. I see a lot of stuff about respect. My kid's disrespecting me, blah, blah, blah. You know, my spouse is disrespecting me. Are you talking to your kids the way you want to be talked to? Are you talking to your spouse the way you want to be talked to? Do you want someone yelling at you? Do you want someone calling you names? Do you want someone disregarding things that are important to you? No? Then don't do it to your kids. They deserve respect too. So does your spouse, so do your coworkers, so does your boss. If you want respect from your boss, you give your boss respect. It should go both ways. If it doesn't, hey, then you got a reason to be upset. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're behaving in a way that makes you proud of your behavior, then you're good to go. My rule of thumb for living life in general, and what I do tell my kids and other people, is if you don't want people knowing what you're doing, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So you can ask yourself that question. That's one of the reasons that I don't really have any secrets to speak of. I mean, there's things that are private, I guess, that nobody really cares about or needs to know, but I don't have any secrets, because if I am embarrassed if people find out, I shouldn't be doing it. Which doesn't mean I haven't made some mistakes. I have. I've done all kinds of stupid stuff, I'm sure. But generally speaking, I try to live my life just by that code in general. If I don't want other people finding out, I don't want to be doing it. If I wouldn't say it on national television, I'm not going to put it on Facebook or Twitter or anything else like that, because that follows that same rule. And even then, it goes back to treat others the way you want to be treated. So, I'm Amy with the ulcseminary.org, and this is my little talk today about parenting. I look forward to hearing what you think about it and things that have worked for you. Thanks.